KJ and Dondero, WEEI, the fastest 2 hours of sports talk radio. Thank you so much for hanging out. Al Horford, big night, game one. I'm sure the attention's going to turn to him game two. All right, 617-779-7937 or the text line 37937. Producer Ethan's got a couple of texts. Go ahead, shoot.
All right, so first text is a shout out to you, Dondero, for your comparison of the 2022 Celtics and the 0-1 Patriots. They were actually saying they were going to call on themselves because they felt the same way. And the second text line has to do with just the disbelief that with Game 2 tonight, we are having a conversation of Jason Tatum potentially being
I agree
traded.
with that texter. I agree.
But
it's
look,
a ridiculous conversation.
It's only because a caller made that call, and I answered their question. Look, just because the boogeyman isn't under your bed, a big-ass spider might be. I'm just saying. To me, I understand the honoring by Kobe, the honoring the Kobe with the armband. It just seems so weird.
I mean, you know what? Theoretically, Jason Tatum, after the game, after the Celtics win the championship, he could decide he wants to play for the St. Louis Cardinals. He loves the Cardinals. He could decide, I want to play some baseball. And he could do that. I mean, we could talk about that. It's not going to happen, but we could pray, it could happen. I guess. No.
Mego is going to be checking in 10 minutes from San Francisco. Maybe she could provide you some of that peyote.
Don't ask Mego that.
Please, okay, that's going to be my first question to Mego. Hey, have you heard any stories that Jason Tatum is leaving basketball to go play for the Cardinals?
I just don't think it's worth the conversation.
According to Mark Dondero. I get it. I just answered a caller's question. That's all.
That's fine.
I just answered his question.
That's fine. Got it.
All right, let's go to David in the car. Yeah, he doesn't agree with some of the criticism of Tatum. Go ahead.
Hey, good morning, guys. Thank you for taking the call. So I don't, and I'll tell you why. What the caller brought up, the conversation about Tatum leaving, we should not entertain that until after this whole series is over and everything else, because, later on, if he gives us a championship, I think everything changes, including his attitude towards Boston, if he does have one. But let's get back to my initial point. We are, I believe, as fans, it's like we expect Jason Tatum to score 30-plus points every game. It's not going to happen. Great players, good players, can't do that every time. And what he did actually on Thursday night, it's very difficult to do. When you have the pressure on you and you're expected to score, to be the main scorer of the team, and you're being double-teamed, triple-teamed sometimes, and you have no choice but to pass the ball because you can't shoot. You got two guys on you. Forget about it. It's not going to happen. So now you become an assister. You're assisting other players, which it's more difficult to do with a player with his talent and
yes.
what's expected of him. That's very difficult to do because now you have to give up your throne, so to speak, and let others have the glory because there's no way you're going to do it. So you're going to hurt the team. So that takes a team player to recognize that and be able to do that. And I think for us to stay out here and criticize this guy because he didn't score like 30 points, I think it's selfish of us. And it's things like that when they hear these guys hear us. Don't get fooled. Players listen, and they have people listening that tell them what's being said out there about them. Trust me, I know this because of what I do for a living. And the problem
what do
is,
you do for a living, David?
He can't tell you that. See, I can tell you
that.
that. He's a private investigator.
All right.
So I've done a lot of different work, a lot of different things I do, and you'd be amazed what's out, what people know that we don't think they know, that they don't hear. They listen and they hear. And the thing is, this is what can hurt a guy like Jason leaving the Celtics in the future, because if people are going to be criticizing him all the time, he's going to be like, well, wait a minute, no matter what I do for this team, nothing is good enough. So why am I going to stay here?
David, thanks for the call.
I want to ask David, do pro athletes hire private investigators to find out what media members saying what?
Some of these guys have 4 phones. What do you mean?
All right, that's fine. Listen, I just to react to David, I'm not criticizing Jason Tatum. I'm just saying, for me, what he does best is score. And for me, I'm more comfortable when Jason Tatum is doing what Jason Tatum does best, which is score. That's just me. Maybe I'm wrong. But I like him scoring, and I like him. And I was questioning whether or not he was looking to score. I feel like he had a pass-first mentality all throughout the game, and it worked. I mean, I have to shut up and eat the crow. It worked. I'm just saying I prefer it when he is looking to score and looking to be aggressive and get his in terms of being a scorer. That's
all right,
just
KJ and Dondero, let's get to rolling. Roland, give us 30 seconds real good about the Celtics on the road. Go ahead, you're on the air.
When was the last time you saw an NBA that won most of their games on the road and had a tougher time at home. They're much better on the road because that little bit of home cooking gives them too much adrenaline. The game speeds up for them a little bit too much. That's why they're playing better on the road. That's why they need to win Game 2 tonight. If you had said at the beginning of the playoffs that one of these teams would be 8-2 on the road, you would say that's going to be the NBA champion. And then one last thing about Tatum. If three guys are going to get sucked into Tatum and he kicks it out, that's a recipe for winning. Thanks. Yep. I'll listen to your answers.
Listen,
all right, thanks.
On the road, that's fine. The Celtics won a huge Game 7 at home. And don't try to spin this into somehow this is a must-win for Boston. This is all of the pressure is on Golden State in this Game 2 tonight, not on Boston.
Well, I think if you want to make a statement like what you didn't make in Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals, you say if you put Golden State down 2-0, knowing that they have they potentially have to win 4 out of 5 games and go cross-country several times, that's a winning recipe.
Yeah, all right, every game is important and huge, but the Celtics...
Second hour of KJ and Dondero's next. I mean, we get to still go the second hour plus Mego. We got to get Mego ready.
Yeah, we got to get Mego.
Got to clean it up in here a little bit. So hang out. Second hour of KJ and Dondero's next. Mego checks in from San Francisco. It's WEEI. Thanks for starting your Sunday morning with us.
Geico asks,